Buy my novel, Escape from the Village, from major booksellers online. Go to escapevillage.com. Subscribe to my Substack. Go to fountainheadforum.substack.com. Thank you. Welcome to the Party Pal. This is Fountainhead Forum 133. This is also the 24th edition of the Javier Milei Show, and I'm bringing back the person who was on the first edition of the Javier Milei Show. This is Maria Lobo Murga. She got me started on talking about Milei on this show. We did a show live together in Madrid, and now she's back after the election. Yes, Milei is the president-elect. He will be sworn in on December 10th, so we're going to talk about Milei and talk about Argentina and what's going to happen there. How are you, Maria?
Hi, Chris. I am very good. I am happy about this new president that we have in Argentina. So we are happy about that. What can I say? We are very happy, and I don't think I didn't think it would happen. So now I'm excited of what is going to happen in Argentina and all the region.
Yeah. So, how do you think he did since we talked last? I mean, what do you think he did well, and what do you think he maybe didn't do so well? If you watched all the debates,
Yes. Okay, he had a very good performance during the last, I said, 4 years, 5 years, talking to the young people, talking to that younger, the youth that didn't know anything about free markets. So that was very good. I think that was one of the most the best things that he does not in this last time. But in the debates, yes, he looks like he was not a politician as the other candidate for president, that was Massa. So the last presidential debate was very difficult for him. But I think that there he could show that he is not a politician. He's part of the society, and that is good too.
Yeah, I mean, I gotta ask, don't you think Massa looks like he's really creepy? I mean, would I trust my kids alone with Massa? I don't know if I would. And then there was Bullrich, the former terrorist, and Schiaretti, the governor, who I kind of like Schiaretti, and then there was Miriam Bregman, who was an outright communist. It was a
yes. Well, the lady talked very good. She did a good speech in the debate. But well, Massa is he had another ideology, and he is now the Ministry of Economy. So he had a lot of things that he had to explain about the last years of his government. So,
do you think this was really people love Milei, or they're just so mad that they said we got to change, we got to throw the bums out? Because there are people waiting in line for gas. Things aren't going very well there at all.
Here we have 2 points, 2 different points or different views that we have to tell the people. That one is that many people start loving him, like the mostly youth that start knowing what was liberalism by him and by his the way he teach economy. It was very good. So many people start loving him, and they didn't know about him and about the economy, the free market economy. But from the other side, it was a very strategic and very good the support that Patricia Bullrich and Mauricio Macri gave at the last moment after the presidential elections, the first one. And that was, I think it was a good support for him, because there was some people that support Patricia, support Mauricio, and that people maybe they wouldn't vote for Milei before, and it was a good union that they made at the last moment.
Yeah, it looks like most of Bullrich's supporters did go to Milei, and you're talking about Macri. Can you tell us a little bit about Macri? I mean, what is his first name, for example, and he was president when?
He was president in 2016 till 2015 till 2019. So he was in the middle between Cristina Kirchner and Alberto Fernandez. He was the one that made the difference between this Peronism that has been running in the country for many years. He had a very difficult government because he has most of the variables of the economy variables, social variables that were not good in the country in that moment as they are now. And he was very brave on being president in that moment. It was a very difficult moment. He had expectation that he could do more than he does, and I think he's the head of the change in Argentina, of this great change that we have now, and we have been watching since 2015, and maybe before when he started in as government of Ciudad de Buenos Aires. For me, is the one of the most important leaders in Argentina in the last 10, 15, 20 years.
That's Macri. Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah,
that's Macri. I like him very much. I think he's a great leader for Argentina.
And let's just I'm taking a look here, and I'm gonna go to Mexico, but on December 9th, 2016, the 1 Mexican peso equaled 0.78 Argentine pesos. By 2020, it was 3.31 Argentine pesos. And now it's 19.82 Argentine pesos. And I said, this is what Argentina is doing against Mexico. Yeah, this is not how you want things to go. None of the pesos are really very good currencies to hold, but this is how you're doing against the peso from another country. So yes.
And why did you compare with the Mexican peso and not with the dollar? We normally do the comparison with dollars. So
because the Mexican peso doesn't have a very good reputation either.
Okay.
Yeah, I can do that.
If you don't compare with Zimbabwe or Venezuela, we will be good because they are with a higher inflation than us.
Yeah, and it also helps that it's called the peso, so that helps. Yes. So if we want to do,
it's okay.
Now I'm hearing, but I'm also hearing there's the official rate and the unofficial rate, and I'm hearing that you can now get 1,000 Argentine pesos for $1 on the street.
Yes.
Whereas, let's see.
That's right. That's our blue dollar. We have many dollars. Do you know that? We have many different
I've heard about the
ways.
blue dollars, the official dollars, the unofficial dollars. Now,
yes, Qatar dollar and many dollars, touristic dollar, and I don't know.
If you want American dollars, if you want American dollars, 2.9.
If you want $100 and you are a tourist that go in Argentina, maybe you can change more than 1,000 Argentinian pesos, and I think you can have a good stick with around $10,000 pesos. So it's about $10. So if you want to have a very good meat, you can go for a very one in Argentina with $10.
And let's see, late 2009, $1 American dollar got 3.8 pesos. Then it went up to 15.54 in 2016, and now it's currently at 3. This is all according to Google Finance. 356.47 Argentine pesos for $1 American dollar. So yeah, so this is not a good place for the currency right now.
Yes, the point here for the people or for us to know is that the currency is not going so well. I think we can say for that we have two main reasons. One of the reasons is that the expenditure of the government is very high. So if you have more expenditures than income, you always be on negative numbers, and you have to look for the way that you are going to pay all that expenditure. And the government have been printing so many pesos argentinos that we now have this great inflation. But the other thing is that when your money, your currency doesn't its value is less every day, you don't trust in your money. And if you don't trust in your money and you don't trust in your government, it's really difficult for people to think in the long run with your currency. Everything
Yes,
you want to do in the long run, you start looking for other currency, mostly dollar in Argentina. So all the important contracts and the I don't know, when we are talking about the real estates or buying a car or something that is a little more important or big, people look for another currency that they will think it's savior
yeah,
than our currency.
yeah. It creates a lot of uncertainty. You can't really plan for anything, and you
That's
don't.
right.
You have to buy stuff. You buy. Shouldn't I buy my Christmas gifts now before I buy them in a few weeks because they'll be more expensive? It's
Yes.
yes, it's
Yes, if you find, because sometimes the production start to, you have shortage in the
yes,
uh, short period of time, because many people does the production stock make their stock, because they don't know how much the all this production is going to cost for them in the future. So it makes the market not be fluent and nice for anybody.
yeah. It's not nice for anybody. It ends up being quite a more, it gets much more difficult. I mean, you can't plan. I mean, and for what I've heard, also people buy cars, people buy houses, and using dollars now,
Mm.
they don't even trust still the small, and it ends up hurting the people who really have the least because you can
You,
when you
you
have more
know you know
when you
that
have
when yes, go ahead.
when you have more money, it's easier to convert your money into other things too, or find ways to put it to work. You can buy property, you can buy gold. Yeah, it's hard to say, but yeah, yeah,
Yes, for sure. I don't really know if the people doesn't have the money, because we have many dollars. We say that under the bed, because but the problem is our uncertainty, and that we don't have the freedom to do whatever we want if we don't know what is going to happen then. So you know that the equilibrium in the market equilibrium is when the supply and demand goes together.
yes,
So if you don't have the freedom to know what is going to happen in the next day, next week, or next month, you probably don't move. So maybe sometimes the people is waiting to have more information, and the market have not real information.
yeah. You don't get that information. It just makes everything a mess. Uh, what can Milei do as soon as he takes office, and what is he going to have to get? I mean, he's going to have to get some cooperation here. But what can he do as soon as he's sworn in on December 10th?
Okay, the most important thing that he has been talking about is the change in the government, the ministries. He's going to reduce the number of ministries that he has in the national government. He's going to have 7 ministries and to make some offices and agencies in the government reduce the number of people working there, and he's going to restructure the government. He has a long-term plan, and that plan means different things, not only about currency and economy, but in other things about more free in education, to have different books and different knowledge in education, and he's going to expand the ideas that sometimes some countries we are not able to have all the information, you know.
Okay, so do you think in his first 30 days he's going to fire 10% of the government, or what do you think will happen in the first 30 days?
I think the restructure is going to be very high. It's going to change a lot of things, but I don't know how is he going to manage this huge quantity of employees. I don't know what he's going to do with that.
Yeah.
Because if not, you will have a lot of unemployment, and that is something that he's going to care, I think, to care about.
Yeah, that's something. Yeah, I mean, these reforms are probably going to be. I mean, one of the difficulties with free market reforms is, well, they will make things much better off in the long term. They can be painful in the short term, and you can get voted out of office if there's always a high time preference, and it's hard to implement these things because
Yes.
people don't want to take any short-term losses, and they don't trust you necessarily either that
Yes.
these things will work. But uh, what I mean, he wants to move to the dollar. What kind of obstacles are going to be in Milei's way once he takes office? I mean, I assume the people who
Yes.
voted for the people who are with Massa's party are going to be against him, or they're going to try to make it difficult for him.
Yes, one of the most important phrases that he said when he on the elections, when he this Sunday, was that he wanted to work with all people. It doesn't matter if these people had worked before with the other government. He's calling for all the people that want to have a change in Argentina, all the people that thinks that liberalism is the best option. And you can say more than liberalism, like something ideological, more you thinking about free market. And that is a good point, because he's not only going to work with people that think that has this ideology so strong, but with people that knows and want that Argentina can be more prosperous and can be a better country for the next
Yeah,
decades.
yeah, certainly. What can you tell me about Victoria Villarruel, his vice president?
Okay, I can't tell you much because I don't know her much. But she's a lady with a strong personality. She knows what she wants, and I think is the person that is going to make Milei have this strong imprint in the government, where he can do the president runs with a lot of things to do, and I think having a strong vice president will be very useful for all the change he wants to do.
Well, she's more of an expert on things like security and stuff like that. She's not
Yes.
really an economist. I know
Yes.
her father was a veteran in the ill-fated war
Mhm.
over the Islas Malvinas, or as
Yes.
English speakers call them, the Falkland Islands.
Yes.
Yeah. So
She's
yeah,
going to be the person that would be in the head of the security for the country.
yeah. What is the situation? I mean, I'm hearing the crime's fairly bad down there, or how is the crime situation, and what do you think? What do you think he might do
Um,
with the crime? I mean, or to fight crime?
yes, we have a very important thing with in Rosario, one of the cities in Santa Fe, that is one
Yes.
of the states of Argentina, that we have been something a lot of we have been having lots of troubles with the narcos there, with
Yeah.
drugs, and I think that is one of the most important points that they will be doing something, that they will be doing something very strong there. But I cannot say anything now because they haven't say something more widely about what is going to happen with security, because he has some radical ideas, and I don't know what is he's going to implement.
Yeah.
There are some cities that are more secure, as Ciudad de Buenos Aires, Mendoza. We have cities that have a very good security, and we have some as Rosario, for example, that not that have been having some troubles with drugs, for example, and narcos.
Well, one thing American libertarians will say all the time is that the solution to the violence caused by drugs being illegal is to make them legal. Does he just
Hmm.
want to make all of them legal? Does he make cocaine legal? Make, I don't know what the status of marijuana legal. Make heroin legal. Make
We, we
that
have
is
been
the
we
freedom
have
solution.
been
Yeah.
we have been the Congress has been treating some bills about marijuana and
Yes.
production of cannabis. We have some territories in Argentina, in the north, for example, in Jujuy, where cannabis is starting to be national production, but I don't know if he's going to get deeper in these things, because it is something that is not so popular. If we talk about security, I think they will be going for like a more strong government, or more strong execution, something that do the executive, and not going with the laws. For instance, for now, in this short time, I don't know what is his idea in the long term.
Yeah, Rosario is one of the. I mean, obviously, Buenos Aires is a humongous city, but Rosario does have about 1 million, so it is one of the
Yes,
larger
it's a
cities
big
in the country.
city.
Yeah,
Yes, yes.
yeah. It's so I wasn't sure, if he was just going to say legalize the drugs, or Bukele in
I
El
don't
Salvador
think
just
so now. Maybe
Bukele.
marijuana, yes, but the other drugs, I don't think that it's going
Well,
to
that's
happen now.
I'm a little disappointed to hear that, but it's because the black market, the black market creates the demand,
Yeah,
and it's going to exist where you have it there or not. It's with
that's
regard to
right.
what do you think? Also, I mean, what eight? I mean, he's already mentioned that. What's that women's agency he's going to get rid of? There's some type of or he's going to. There's definitely some agencies that are going to go. You know,
Like the woman, what?
the
The
some type
gender.
gender
Okay.
agency or something like that. Yeah, and I don't know if there are others that are going to go away, but he's got a long list. We've seen that video where
The
he's
most
taking.
important thing here is he's going to attach the ministries to the smaller state that he can. He wants to reduce the state, and is the one of the most important points
Yes.
in his government, because we don't want to continue expending so much money in government. Taxes, we pay
Yeah.
taxes, and that taxes goes to too many people in government, so we don't want that.
Well, yes, and he would have to obviously cut a lot of things to get the spending down because they're printing a lot of money to cover all this spending. Uh,
Yes, that's
you know,
right. And we are printing money to do so.
yeah. Yeah. Do you think there might be any unrest or violence in the streets? I mean, I saw a video of Massa supporters throwing rocks at Milei supporters. Do you think we'll see anything like that, or riots, or any even terrorism or anything like that under this government? I mean, I'm
One of the important points that happens in election is that the difference between one candidate and the other was 10 points percentage,
yeah,
and that is great support from the people to Milei. And I think that what we can see sometimes in television or in some news, it's more something that some groups can make to do people be fear of something that is not really happening. So I think the most important thing here is make focus on the economic situation, the social situation, and all the changes that Argentina is going to do in the next years. And there will be strong changes, and I think Argentina needs that, and the people needs and want that.
certainly, yeah. I think a lot of them do want that. Although we'll keep in mind that 44% still didn't vote for these changes. But then there's also the people who didn't go out and vote at all. But um, and also, more importantly, Milei has definitely done better with the younger demographics. I mean, do
Yeah.
they? I don't know if they had any breakdown by age bracket, but he's definitely. I mean,
Yes, the support of the youth is very important. You know that one of the point that Hayek says, it was
yes,
that the something that was different from the central planning and was one of the most important things with the free market is that when you have more free market, demand and supply, so the people, the producers, and the people that want to buy can get what they want at the price that they want. And that is something that a great planner can never know. So I think Milei is going on that way. He wants to make more free market, make the market be to liberate this market, to give freedom to the people so the people can choose. Because sometimes, or many times, when you have a central planning that wants to put you the price of the things that make some arrangements on the economy, people cannot choose with freedom. And this is the main point that he will try to do, try to make more things be free, as the you have the you can choose whatever you want if
yes,
you have the free values of things, and not being touched by a central planner that thinks that they
yes,
know what people
yes.
want.
Yes, we mean free as in being free from chains and restrictions, not free as in free.
Yes, yes,
Yeah,
that's right.
what does what are his? I'm still not quite understanding what some of his plans are with trade First of all, what does Argentina export most of? I mean, I think they probably export some food, they export meat. I mean, what are their leading exports, and where do these exports go?
Yes, we really have developed in one of the points that Milei talk. I think since he started talking about this trade, is that that in the first decades of the 20th century, we were one of the most, if not the most important export country that export meat and food for other countries. Most of the first global war, World War. And what he says is that he wants the Argentina that has a huge production of meat and other foods, vegetables, and that because we have a great extension of territory and we have a very good production of food mostly. Milei wants Argentina to go on in that path that we live in the in the 1950 more or less. So he wants us to be a great exporter, a great country that export food, meat, and to encourage the production that we can really do because we have
Yeah,
all that possibilities with the nature, with the files, with the
yeah,
extension of territory that we have.
yeah. Where does most of the food go?
Now it depends. When we talk about, for example, in my city, in my state that is Tucumán, we have a great exportation of lemon. That one of the most important countries that import our lemon was the United States. Then we have, for example, we export meat to all the countries. We export wine. We are a great exporter of wine. We have a lot of exportation of grains, different grains, soy, wheat. So we have a variety, but mostly um, primary food, vegetables, and that.
So those go maybe to Uruguay, Brazil, Chile, Peru, Bolivia, or China, or yeah,
Yes, Brazil is one of the biggest countries in the region, so we export to Brazil too. But I think what he wants is to the biggest problem that we have is taxation on exportations. So he's
yeah.
going to change that to make Argentina have the possibility of exporting without so much taxation for the producers.
So they have to pay to bring stuff in, and you have to pay to send the stuff out.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah, what are some of the things that that they have to import the most of, and where do they import them from?
Can you ask me again because I didn't hear. It was bad the Wi-Fi. Sorry.
What kind of things does Argentina import, and from what countries do they import these things?
Okay, when you have this dollar so high and you have your devaluated money, it's not that easy to import, you know. Now we
Yeah,
import oil and we need energy from other countries. But the most important thing is that we have not developed so much um, the some industries as we had before. For example, we have a great industry of cars some years
Yeah.
ago, some decades ago, and we don't have that now. But the most important thing is that we cannot import with the peso so devaluated. So I think that that is the most
Yeah.
important. Not that much what we have to import, but the problem that we have with our peso Argentina.
Yeah. Inflation makes it harder to import, and I've found it interesting too that South America does not have its own car company. That there isn't, obviously the Toyota and Honda and Ford have plants
Mm.
there, but there's no car company that's native to South America, which I find very interesting.
No.
Yeah.
Yes, yes, that's right. That's right. I have been differences between what's happening here in the United States that what happening in
Yeah.
Argentina with the industry of cars, because they have here you don't have so much French cars, for example, and in Argentina we don't have Tesla, for example, and well, that is something that may be a good change for our country because of the clean energy, you know.
Yeah, that's true. That what has Milei doesn't really buy any of the environmental stuff. He doesn't really
No,
think.
he doesn't. But I think that the point is not so much with the environment. He really he's not on that. But the point is he has a different theory that says that there is not a climate change because of human, but because of the change of era in the planet, and that is going to happen although we are here or we are not here. And I agree with that. I really agree with that.
Yeah,
But we almost have problems with the environment, although the change is happening, and that it's another thing that
yeah,
is about the world. You have
yeah,
to think about where is going the trash and many things, but he has his idea is about climate change. That is not something that
yeah.
human are doing really. It's something that the
Mm.
planet it's going to be like that because of the change of era.
Are there any people that are on his team or part of his potential cabinet that you think are really good, or anybody we should watch, or anybody who could really help out things out?
I have one that I like so much. I seen in his planning of ministry, that is Martin Krause. It's a good author
Martin
of,
Krauser.
yes, he's Krause with K. He's going to be in the Ministry of Education, and I like so much he chose him because I think it's one of the best thinkers
Oh,
that we have. It's
is
author
that
too.
that's Kraus, not Krauser.
Yes,
Okay, he's definitely got some free market credentials. Yeah, yeah. I just wanted to
yes,
make sure we got that straight. Yeah, we've talked about him before. I mean, I know. I don't know. I know he has been influenced by Alberto Benegas Lynch, and
yes,
there's also Jesus Huerta de Soto. Yeah, those are some of Milei's teachers. Yeah,
yes. That's right.
yeah,
That's right. And today I put in my Instagram one of the most known phrases of Alberto Venegas Lynch because I like him so much, and is the definition of liberty, and it's
yes,
one of the definitions that normally Millet said in his conferences, and I really like that one. And I put it in my speech in Madrid. I don't know if you remember, but I
yeah,
started with my speech with that definition too.
yeah. Yeah, certainly. Yeah,
we all have a great respect for Alberto Venegas Lynch. That was the one of the first that started talking about liberalism in this last decades, because we have Alberti, that is one of our most important man in the independence, after the independence. So, but in these last years, we have Alberto Venegas Lynch is a very good author.
Yes, Alberti. Yes, I know the Argentine constitution was modeled largely after the. I guess that was in
you have
1852.
information.
Maria, I have learned a lot. I mean, since we talked, and I mean, I've learning a lot about this this Spanish tradition of liberalism that apparently goes back, really to Spain and even before Columbus. It's really intriguing what you've done and what and we need to know how
Our
did it
first
go wrong?
liberal was Adam Smith.
And how did it go wrong, and how do we get back to what's right? It's I hope the Constitution of 1853 and
our founding fathers, they know what we need as country.
Yes, and that's and some of those people were you mentioned. Who were some of those people you mentioned again?
Alberti.
Alberti, yeah, that's
is with the long B.
Alberti, yeah, I'm trying to see if I can find him on this list. I said
Argentinian's constitution, you will find that.
Yeah, there's that it was based mainly on just something like the American Constitution, and which is definitely.
I have been learning about the American Constitution in the last month.
Yeah.
I went to the Supreme Court, and I knew Clint Bolick, one of the Republican justice of Arizona. He's a very liberal and free market man on the justice and on the laws.
Yeah, how do you spell Alverde?
A-L long B.
B as in Bravo.
Yes, that's brother too.
Yeah.
So A-L-B-E
R
R-D-A. No, not A. A.
Alberti, yeah. Oh, Juan Bautista Alberti, yes, of course.
That's the one.
1810 and 1884, yes, the comes yes the.
And our independence was in 1816, so it wasn't that time.
Yeah, it sounds like he was really very much influence. It even mentions here on his influence on Javier Milei. So I certainly can say that Thomas Jefferson influenced my own thought. Are certainly worth reading, and I've noticed there's a lot of stuff going back even further in Spanish history.
It's good to return. It's good to go to our root,
Yeah, well, when I say Spanish history, I'm really meaning the history of all the Spanish-speaking countries. Because there's certainly, I mean, it's obviously a lot of influence on there. Yeah. So.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. So where? Yeah. Is there anything else? That you think's worthy of note? To tell us about where the country's going? Because it seems. Do you think this is going to? Because obviously. I assume academia, there's still a bunch of socialists in academia in Argentina. Is that correct or not?
Yes. It depends mostly on the university that you go, and yes, we have.
Do you think that
some
might change
universities
or not? Yeah.
No, I don't think so. I don't think academy is going to
Yeah.
change because of this. No, no,
You know,
I don't think so.
he's sometimes been criticized for, in my view, for rightfully calling Pope Francis a communist.
Mm.
How popular is Pope Francis there, or is he, or do a lot of people agree?
He's
Yes,
not much popular, you know. Normally, you're not
yeah,
you're not popular in your country,
yeah,
in your
yeah,
hometown. You have to go
yeah.
to other places to be more popular. But something that I want to say before we end this
Yeah, before we go, yeah,
great conversation, I think that this change is not something that we only can see it in Milei, but in all the
yeah,
people that is
yeah,
behind this. I think that it's really grateful that we can see a liberal person going in this such as important place in our country. But I almost think that is one of the biggest step that is having the all the region, you know, Latin America has been through many difficult years with communism, less hand, socialism, and all that. And that we have a president that is pro-free market and and has liberal ideas is very strong, not only for Argentina, but it's a message for all the region. And I am glad this is happening. And we will see what happen in the following years in other countries, you know.
yeah. I hope so. Now, nothing to do with Milei, but when I visit Argentina, where should I go?
You have beautiful places in
Yeah,
all over the country. You obviously know Buenos Aires. Then I will tell you to go to the north. That you have beautiful places. If you go to northeast, you have Cataratas del Iguazú. Maybe you know,
the
and
Iguazu Falls. Yeah,
northwest.
yeah,
Yes, yes, that's right. And northwest, you have my city, but you have mountains, very beautiful mountains in
yeah,
Jujuy. Then you can go to the middle. You have a beautiful place when you can drink the best wine in the world in Mendoza, and then
yeah,
you go on the south and you can go to Neuquén, Rio Negro. You can go to Calafate. You can go to del Fuego, that is Ushuaia,
yes, yeah,
one of the Antarctic point that we have. So you
yes.
have many places to visit in Argentina and beautiful places.
Yeah, we want to go. We want to see if the Penguins are happy about Milei. That's important. I want to go
I
see the
think they
Penguins.
are happy.
Yeah,
They are free.
yeah, the Penguins. Yeah, yeah, so, yeah. So, well, it's been great having you on here, Maria. I really enjoyed our first show. I'm glad you could make time to come on for a second show, and I have a rule that I don't invite anybody back for 50 shows. So you were 80, and now you're 133. So now I can start inviting people back and I'm already saying, hey, come on back. But I've gotten to talk to so many great people, and everybody is enthusiastic. They want to come on and talk about Milei. I
Mm.
mean, everybody's happy. Everybody wants to talk about a winner when he's winning. So let's keep
Yes.
the good work, and let's keep on this. And who knows, maybe I should just get all this get all this stuff and maybe make a documentary soon enough. Thank you very much, Maria, and I hope I can get down there soon and see you again. It'd be awesome. You're a lovely person. It's just been great to have you. Uh,
Thank you, Chris.
yeah,
Thank you for this talk,
yeah,
and you are invited to Argentina whenever
yeah,
you want. We are going to receive you
yeah.
there,
And
and you
I
can.
need to get better in Spanish, and Milei needs to get better in English because
Yes,
if
for sure.
if he becomes fluent in English, he is going to. I mean, after 8 years, he could speak for a living. He's going to get invited to all kinds of
Yes.
conferences and events, and because everybody's going to want him as a speaker.
That's right. Many people talk to me because,
Yeah,
can you tell us what Milei is saying? Because Milei
yeah,
only speaks Spanish. Yes, I
yeah,
know,
yeah,
but
yeah,
I
yeah.
hope one day he will speak English too.
Yeah, yeah. Although, yeah, because it would be so, yeah, because he's everybody in the world's talking about him. It's really great to see. It's
Yes, it's crazy. It's
please
crazy.
like the video. Please like the video. Subscribe to the channel. Go buy my novel Escape from the Village. Check out my Substack. Thank you, Maria Lobo Murga, and I'm Chris Baker, and we're out.